Welcome to the Bad Mom Show, where we flip the script on shame, shed light on what's made you feel invisible, and take your story back. It is time to step into that bold, baddie mom you were created to be. Around here, BAD stands for blessed, already approved of, and divinely designed, because you are not a bad mom. You are a leader. You were chosen for your family on purpose. You are divinely designed and anointed as the heart of your home, and you can confidently own your mantle of leadership as a fiery woman to lead with boldness, not burnout. This is your space to reclaim the parts of your story that have felt like weaknesses and discover they were actually your superpowers all along. It is time to shine as a BAD mom. Are you with me? Let's go. Welcome back to the Bad Mom Show. I am so excited to have you here, and I am even more excited because I have a special guest for you today, Dr. Emily Jacobs, who, by the way, you are my very first guest. Did you know that?
So excited.
I know. I wanted to save that as a little secret for you. But I am just so thrilled to share her with you all today. She is an incredible woman, mom, entrepreneur, and she has started some amazing things for you all. So let me just share a little blurb about her right here. She is a wife, a mom of two adorable girls who I met last year. She is also an advanced practice nurse, a board certified leadership coach, an author, and the founder of Empowered Moms. No big deal, okay? And Empowered Moms is an incredible community where dreams do not end at motherhood. I love that tagline. And she hosts live events for her women, which is actually how we met a year ago. And I am so grateful to have you here. I love that God put that little nugget in our relationship last year. And here we are. We've gotten to know each other more. And now you are my first guest on the Bad Mom Show.
Oh my gosh. Well, Teresa, first of all, thank you for that. And when I listened to your first episode, I think it was like your first and second episode, I'm like, oh my, like it hit my heart
Mm.
in a way that I know I reached out to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
that was powerful. And thank you for your vulnerability. I'm a very vulnerable person. And so not many people are like us out there, but we need us. And I'm saying that to be humble. Like, because what we do then is help other people not feel alone. And so your first episode helped me to not feel like a bad mom, because how many times do you think we say that to ourselves? We've got to
On the
get these
daily.
thoughts out of our head.
Yes. Girl, thank you. That means the world to me, seriously. It's why I started this show. And I know, yeah, you're so right. There's so many women. I think all of us on some level struggle with that in one way or another. And that is why that's why we're here together. And you have such beautiful things to share. You just hosted your third live event, right?
Yes, I will definitely say the third time is a charm. I love this live event so much. I think and it shows. And I think this year everyone could feel that it showed for me how much I love it. The event's not about me. The event's not about I do almost all the planning and everything around it except for the day of, obviously, but I this event is a gift. And I
Mm.
meant for it to be a gift from day one. And I knew that God placed this mission on my heart for years, actually. And I'm like, I don't know how to do events, which I did. That was such a lie. I used to do nursing at conferences all the time. But the whole time I was thinking to myself, well, why don't we just have when you go to like a work conference, right? It's rah rah, everything's great. And then you come back to work, and a lot of times we're like defeated. But
Yeah.
either way, like a lot of times we're like, wait, I want to live in that moment forever. I
Yes.
just remember being a mom, being like, why don't we have like a mom conference? Like, just like, how do we uplift moms and how do we do this? And so that's kind of how my company actually started by the first event. So it's really interesting. The company's only been around since June of 2023, like 2.5 years, but we've had three big events because I kind of just started it off with like a big event. So it's really kind of funny. People are like, wait, are you 2 years, 3 years? I'm like, don't worry about
Well,
it.
you just dove right in, girl. And it's not like you weren't doing anything else. You had a lot going on. You're a mom, you're a very busy nurse, and then you followed this dream, though. And that's what you help other women do, right?
Well, and the reality is, Teresa, all I did was made a decision. And I know it's not always that easy, but sometimes it is. I
Yes.
thought, well, what's the worst that could happen? Because that's how my brain works. And I said, well, I put a deposit down. It was like $1,000 and I can get it back 2 weeks before. So that's the worst that could happen. I put the deposit down and nobody comes. Well, one of my friends from out of state, so I live in Michigan, one of my friends from Arizona bought a ticket right. She knew when I was launching it. We were in a mentorship program together. And she knew the day and moment I was going to launch it because they were on like a, rah-rah team with me, promoting it on their socials and all that. And she bought a ticket. And I was like, wait, you're coming? And she's like, oh no, I'm not coming. I just wanted you to know how much it matters.
Oh, I love
And
that.
I had chills down my spine. She doesn't even
Oh
know how
my
many times I
gosh.
tell this story, Brenda. Um, she
We
doesn't
all
even
need a friend like that.
And but that what that did though, Teresa, is it gave me permission to keep going. And
Mm.
she knew that. She knew what that feeling would feel like. And I am just so floored by that I just want to do that for other people. I
Ugh.
want like for you in this podcast, I'm like, please keep going. That episode affected me. It doesn't matter where we are in any of our journeys. When people touch our lives, I think it's important that we make that known. And this event really is to show moms that the reality is that dreams don't end. It's not to say that our jobs and our careers and all this it's that are more important. No. And it's also not to say that we are supposed to sacrifice our whole self in motherhood.
Right.
Motherhood is a divine calling and a sacrifice, 100%. We are chosen for this. It is our God-given, like He has chosen us to be these children's moms, which is one of the most important callings we will ever have. And this is what I believe in, and I think he's with me on this, pretty sure, because he keeps like abundantly telling me in different ways, is we were not meant to lose ourselves completely as Teresa's, as Emily's, as anyone else. And so how do we then, I think this is what he's waiting on, like where do we come together where Emily is still Emily and you might run this business and you are a mom.
That's so
And
good.
so I do. I believe keeping him first and saying, okay, when I get burned out and because I do, even though I teach about it, but when I do, I read a quote somewhere that so I'm rambling, but I got to tell this now.
You're
So I read
going, girl.
a
I
quote-
love it. I'm
okay,
listening.
I read a quote that said, "The devil will either get you by busy, or sorry, by sin, or by busyness."
100%.
And I was like, he has had my ankle in the dirt and busyness for decades.
Mm.
In 2025, January, I made a decision. I made a choice that I'm going to rewrite that part of my story, the busyness story. Just like I made a choice with the company. I'm gonna figure it out. Like I'll book the venue and see what happens. And I knew how I would envision it, but ultimately he will let me know. Like look, you want people in the room, you'll bring them and I'll do the right things. And you know that I will serve them, but you will also tell me if this is not your will.
Ah, I love it. So good. It takes courage and it takes a whole lot of faith, but it's so inspiring. And you're right, it's a choice. It's like those dreams don't die just because you became a mom. But I think that a lot of women isolate and feel like, oh, I'm the only one, and my dreams are over, and I just have to survive this season. When that's not the case, like God, why would God design motherhood for just for that? And I believe that some dreams, yeah, maybe they change because of motherhood, but I also think new dreams get birthed through that experience. And like for you, was it always the dream to start Empowered Moms, or did that just come through your experience? Like he's so particular,
Yeah.
and like you look back, you're like, oh my gosh, that, like you just said, nursing was preparing me. I was hosting nursing events. That was preparing me to do this. And then just knowing like I have this thing and I'm going to take action on it and just see what happens. Having people like that around you is so powerful. Um, and I just love that you're now doing that for other people, because we can't, if we isolate and we think we're the only ones, then we have no hope. And it just literally does kill your dreams.
Well, and I think it was so when you asked me, had I always thought about it? Absolutely not. I don't
See?
think it was by accident. I did create something. I created something I needed.
Mm,
And a lot of entrepreneurs will do that, as you will find, is or you realize that you something came so easy and natural to you, and you have a gift that you could help other people. That's kind of how I think it works either way. So there's a little bit of both of that. But I was really lost when I became a mom at 38. It was my ultimate dream come true.
mm,
It was the one I couldn't wait for. It was the one that everything will be right in the world type of thing. I was happy before that,
right.
but that was like, this is it, right?
Once this happens, yeah.
So I tell the story all the time. But when my daughter, I have a daughter of all things, I'm like, I don't know if I can be a girl mom. Of course, God gives you what he thinks you can handle or what you need.
Right, what you need for
They
sure.
gave me two. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's like, oh, yeah. No, sorry. No, just
Yeah,
kidding. I
you're
love my girls
sweet.
are great. God gave me the most perfect scenario for us. And when she was 8 weeks old, though, I'm looking at her, and it was not an easy postpartum. And I remember looking at her, and I felt a piece of me was gone.
Mm,
Piece of Emily was gone forever. Now, some of you might be like, well, you dreamed about this whole your life. Like, this is so great. But what happened in that moment that I'm looking at this beautiful child saying, I am so grateful being a mom, I felt that I had no more dreams, though. Because if the ultimate dream came true that I dreamed of for how many years, and
right.
that was it, check the box, like I got it, it's here, now what? What do I
Yeah.
do with my life is what do I do? What is Emma? Who is Emily? And my husband was so sweet though, and he was just like, what do you mean? Like, you're a mom. Like, isn't that good enough? And he said it in just that voice. And I wasn't even mad at him. So I was like, but you're right. But like, what? But then I had other people close to me, like, and it was a little bit felt shamed. Like, why is this not good enough? I'm like, it's not,
Yeah.
these are different. I am so grateful and I love this so much. And then I don't know what to do. Like I was always like in my spare time, but like she was only 8 weeks. I had no spare time. But I could see this vision that I was meant to make an impact in more than her life.
Yeah.
And it was bigger than me. And that's all I knew at the time in 2017. So I didn't do anything with it because it was very quieted. I just knew it was there. And then once I
Mm,
started finding other people that were a little bit nutty like me, like, oh yeah, we're meant to make this big impact. I was like, oh, cool, there's other people like this out.
yes.
I just started surrounding myself with them and they never wavered at that. They never made me feel like I wasn't good enough or that I couldn't do it. So I just kept kind of following those people, those dreamers.
That's so good. I think so many women can relate to that. I know I can, where you're like, oh my gosh, here's this pinnacle of my life that I've been dreaming about since I was a little girl, and now it's happened. And it's like, A, it's it's exhausting and it's a little terrifying because it's your first time taking care of a baby and all the things that come with that. But then also you're like, wait a minute, what happened? What about me? And all of a sudden it's like yes, on one hand, you want to give all your love and your devotion and attention time to this new life, but at the same time, you're still you and you still have dreams. And I totally can understand that stirring where you're like, like I kind of feel like I'm meant to do something else, but then there's also like I feel guilty because I'm supposed to be taking a good mom, and good moms like take care of their babies and love it. And let's be honest, not every moment is like that is so fulfilling. I am so glad that I got to change another diaper and fold another load of laundry today. We get to, and it is a privilege, and I express gratitude for those things every day, but there's a lot of mundane tasks where, especially if you're alone in your
Mhm.
beliefs and your feelings about these things, you can totally go down that path of almost like hopelessness. And
Mhm.
I love that you you didn't lose that curiosity, and you didn't let the dream die to shame about having dreams, because again, like God put stuff in you, and he wants to use you, and motherhood doesn't stop you.
Well, and it's not to shame the moms that don't feel that because I had plenty of moms and they thrive in this motherhood role, in even a stay-at-home mom role. And there was times I was envious. Why can't
Yeah.
I be like that? Why isn't it like that for me? Why is my heart? I used to get excited to go back to work at some days because I felt more like myself. Talk about
Oh, say
shame.
that again.
Talk
Yeah.
about feeling like a bad mom some days. I'm like, I have guilt for wanting to go to work more some days. I felt horrible admitting that
Ah,
until I realized like, no, it's just that's where my heart is. And not no, I'm sorry, not even like where my heart is, but that's where I felt more comfortable at the time.
mhm.
And now with my girls being, 8 and 5, I feel really comfortable in my motherhood role, but it took a long time. And
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm not mad about that. It took the time it needed to take. And I think Empowered Moms was birthed at moments where I needed support as a human, as a daughter, as a mom, as a woman. And that was almost like another baby too. So I
Yeah.
kind of birthed something that I needed in this whole process. And now I'm able to give more to the community and my daughters because now like in our third year, I've realized what I'm not willing to sacrifice anymore.
Mm.
And I'm not willing to lose sight of. And that took a while. And so, with early entrepreneurs too, it can be hard. There is a hustle season. There just has to be. It's just, well, there doesn't have to be, but for a lot of times there is. But please, if you're in that role, we don't have to go into that a lot, but like, what is the light at the end of the tunnel though? And
Right.
let's just do your best to keep some those priorities mostly at the top. Because, you keep your business a priority, you will lose the things that matter.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I had those priorities out of alignment for a bit and I was hustling for the wrong reasons and yeah, did not see the fruit. So I totally get that. Um, and I love that you acknowledge that, yeah, some women are completely like, I am good home with my kids. And honestly, I struggled with that too. But I knew I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and I was thankful that I had the ability to be a stay-at-home mom. But I still had what you have, and I have it today. That's why we're here as a stirring, like, but I have all these creative ideas, and I have all these ways that I feel like I'm supposed to share and help and use my story. And I believe that's how God wants to use us. We're meant to be in connection, in community. Nowadays our world is a lot more isolated than it used to be. And back in the day, people did motherhood together and you learn from each other and you lean on each other and you're like, oh, you encourage each other. Um, so I love that you're making that space and you created something that you needed and I think every woman needs. Hey, friend, thank you so much for being here and following the Bad Mom Show. I would love to hear from you, so let's connect. After the show, send me a DM and let me know what's hitting home for you. What do you struggle with the most as a mom? And what topics would you like to hear more about? This show is all about connection in the community because that is how we truly grow. So reach out to me at the Teresa Todd on Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok. And I cannot wait to hear from you.
Yeah. And, I think that's where Empowered Moms has just grown throughout the years is that, I just keep checking in with myself and with the community. And I'm like, what is it that we need now? And I'm not afraid to pivot anymore. I'm not afraid to be like, you know what? Maybe this part of the program or this part of the company isn't giving people what they really need. Then why are we doing it? Why are we wasting our time and energy? And to me, that is a waste then, because if it's not being valued, what, you know, there's things I took away. There was revenue making things that I'm like, but this doesn't make sense then if people don't really need this. And so to be able to discern and listen to that is also scary
Yeah.
because again, remember I was being pulled down by busyness. And even my husband would even ask me sometimes, he's like, but what are you so busy doing?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Yeah.
but no, this wasn't in motherhood. This was in my business. Like, and so I'd be like, yeah, you're right. Like, this isn't moving any needle. No one's making any real change by this part of the program that I do. And we changed it and I changed it. I up like in our tagline is up level motherhood, but it's essentially meaning if we're not growing, this quote, this is not my quote, but essentially if you're not growing or learning, then you stay stagnant and or a little bit dying.
Yeah.
And so if we're not learning something new every day or learning something new along the quote mistakes, which are really not that big of a deal, how do we move forward with them? How do we move on from them? And how do we believe that we are worth uh, investing in ourselves, investing in our time and energy. I don't love the word self-care, but what I mean by that is how are we best taking care of ourselves? Because I also believe that we are not here on this earth to suffer
Mm-hmm.
continuously. Let's put it that way. We are not here on this earth to self-sacrifice. That is not up to us. And we do it over and over again to ourselves, especially I think as Christian women, especially as like, oh, well, I have to do everything for everybody else and have nothing left for myself at the end of the day. I ask them, is that really, you think that's really God's intention for you? Let's get
Mm,
really honest about that. Or by maybe setting healthier boundaries, you're empowering people to do things for themselves, which isn't that more exciting and isn't doesn't that free up your time and energy? So in our community, we talk a lot about why it's so painful and hard and challenging for women to invest in themselves, whether
mhm.
it's whether it's a high level mentorship or just a day of going for a walk or time or energy. But what are you doing best to take care of yourselves? And why do you not believe that you're worthy enough, just like you're treating everybody else?
Mm, yes. Okay. Anybody else relating? Okay. What do you find are the biggest, the most common things that women say to that when they respond? Like, I know you and I have talked about um, the guilt of investing in yourself and feeling like, oh well, I'm not worthy of that. I'm supposed to be doing this, but also the people pleasing aspect of like, well, everybody else comes first, so I'm
Yeah.
just going to put myself at the bottom of this ring here and try to pour out to everybody from my empty bucket.
Yeah, I mean it's the perfect example of like Martha and Mary. Like, it really is the perfect example. I can't
Oh,
tell you how
yeah.
many times I hear that story and I still
Gosh.
sit in it and I'm like, I'm Martha.
I
Oh,
know we do. I'm like, stop being a Martha today.
I
Can you
know, right?
please?
Listen,
Why do we
Martha.
wear busyness as a badge of honor? Come on.
Well, listen. Okay, if you're feeling that, right? If that hurts a little, I'm sorry, but not.
We're speaking truth.
If you're so busy, you can't hear him anyway. You just
Oh,
can't do it.
so true.
So you're doing that to yourself. I'm going to get real harsh on you right now, but you got to ask yourself why. Why did you make the decision that you don't matter? You made the decision that everybody else and really truly killing yourselves over it matters more than taking care of yourself because it's too scary to admit that one, maybe you needed help, that two, maybe you can't do it all on your own all the time, and three, you feel guilty for receiving
Mm,
help or something. But yet, when someone offers to do something for you, because they know and they love you, but they know that you're either stressed or anxious or worried or busy because you've told them, and you say the words, no, I'm good. No, I'm fine. No, no, thank you. If you say that, you have literally degraded them. You're robbing them of joy, and you call yourself a people pleaser. Now you're robbing that. You call yourself a people pleaser. You do everything for everyone else, but you can't receive help, which means you're actually, don't hate me, Teresa. I'm going to get real feisty right now.
I'm loving it. Let's go. We
You're
get
actually
feisty
being
here.
selfish.
Yes.
So here
Say
you are
that
feeling,
again.
here you are feeling guilty, but yet you're being sorry, like you're being the selfish one. Because no, I can't receive any help. Like I'm too
Right.
good for that. That's how it looks. So
Yes.
people pleasers out there, here's my little tip to you, because I'm one of them. I got it. It's okay. Okay, really quick. People pleasing isn't bad. It really isn't. I love me. I love people pleasing. I like my favorite thing. Like God made me a people pleaser and I love it. I was like, I did it at my event. I will people please the crap out of you at my
Yes.
event. Like,
Let me make you happy.
let me make you happy all day
Yes.
long.
Let me
I love
celebrate
it.
you.
I love it, love it, love it. And here's where we need to learn that limit. When I'm not okay though, when
Yeah.
I'm burnt out, overwhelmed, and whatever, then if I'm giving up here, it's past my love point. There's no love involved anymore.
Mm.
Then it's sacrificial. And sometimes the love point's down here because mama didn't sleep well, mama's tired. Okay, well then there's your window. And in this window, to me, is like, then that's the family. The family's got to be served first. Everyone else will wait. I have now missed text messages before and I've missed emails. And guess what? Guess what will happen? Either forgiveness or they're going to come back around. Did you get that? I
Yes.
used to be so anxious and like had to do and respond and do that. Is it an emergency? No. So guess what will happen? They will either find their answer or, they'll come back. But what I would really wanted to get back to was the people pleasing. One thing to help you with that though is if that person came back and instead of you saying no, I'm good, I'm fine. If Teresa, we're really good friends and I'm telling you how stressed and overwhelmed I am, and you're like, let me take this off your plate. Now, in that moment, it might be really, really hard to fully receive that. So all I ask of you guys to do is to say thank you. You know what? Thanks, Teresa. That means a lot. I'll let you know.
Yes.
I have now received it. Teresa feels good for offering. I didn't rob her of joy. I'm not robbing the people pleasing out of her because she wants to do it. I received it. She can trust that I will come to her now, even if I'm too embarrassed to like actually ask for it. At least I've received it. Or you can say what really needs to be said and say, you know what? Actually, it really helped for you just listening to me and getting this off my chest. I think I can handle this, but it really helped to just get this off my chest.
Mm.
Or give her something to do. Actually, Teresa, thank you. Could you go do this thing? Because guess what? People pleaser Teresa, who had more to give that day, feels so freaking good. And guess what? You just got something off your plate because you were able to receive and ask for the help. So, see, people pleasing all around.
I love this. Okay, yeah. I'm like walking through scenarios in my head. I'm like, yes, because I can relate to moments where I'm like, I need help, but then I'm secretly too stubborn to ask for it, and then I'm just getting resentful because in my head I'm telling myself I have to do everything, right? But when you do let someone in, it's like a breath of fresh air, and it really does. It expands your capacity. You're like, okay, now I do have more to give. And I love how you shared how it fulfills the other person that's offering. Like, I offered to bring a friend's daughter home from softball the other day, and I could just see her face go, Really? Are you sure you wouldn't mind?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's nothing for me." And she was like, "Thank you. My husband's out of town and I'm doing dinner." And I was like, "Girl, I got you." And you're right. I felt good. I mean, I wasn't doing it to fulfill myself, but I did feel a fulfillment from it to be like, "Oh my gosh, I helped her." And like, isn't that what we're made to do? Like, help each other out. We're not meant to do this thing alone.
Yeah. And you made her day, but I can imagine for her, hopefully for this person, she's not feeling guilty about this. She received it, she acknowledged it. She doesn't feel like she like owes you these big, huge favors, but in the event that you might need it someday, you are fully equipped to ask her, I'm assuming. And
Right.
the other thing, women, is that we have to understand, I'm assuming it's mostly women that listen to the
Oh
Bad
yeah,
Mom
yeah.
Show.
I mean, you can invite your husband, but
Is listen, the quicker you can give someone a polite no, the easier they're going to find a yes. So stop dragging it out. If you sit there and
so
you
good.
know you don't want to do this thing or whatever, really can't help them and you're going to have to arrange 17 million things to help this one person, I guarantee you there was another Teresa out there that was ready to help this person. She just needed other lady just needed to know first. If Teresa couldn't really do it, she needed to just be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We have to go run to the blah, blah, blah after this." Cool. Hey, thanks again, Teresa, for letting me know that. She's going to go find a yes.
Oh, I love
We
that.
won't stop. Listen, we want our way, moms, don't we? We're going to get our way. We need help. We're going to go find it.
Yes.
So the quicker you can let it go and not feeling guilty. You don't have to be everybody's yes all the time. You're not meant to. You're maybe your children, but even them, they need to know.
Yes. Oh man, now we're talking about some healthy boundaries.
I could go on in that. That's a whole nother day.
I know we have come up with multiple ideas for more episodes. Oh, this is so good. I want you guys to seriously like rewind and think about people pleasing, how it impacts you, where is that root from, but also like how it impacts, like this is a transaction. This is how we're made. We're made for a relationship, and what you're robbing the other person of by saying, essentially letting pride get in the way, like, no, I can do everything myself. I am good. And that, but knowing you're not. And then, um, feeling drained. I know that when I try to do it all by myself, I start feeling kind of resentful. And it's, when you have these opportunities and you're robbing yourself and you're robbing the other person of this beautiful gift of relationship and helping. It's okay to accept help.
It's okay. Here's your permission slip. And then realize that how good you feel when you give to someone else. Imagine that that person's feeling that way. They're not feeling like it's a burden. And here's the thing, Teresa, when you talked about having resentment, it's because you actually weren't equipped to take that on. And so now it is a burden.
Yes.
And
Ooh,
so if you can't take it on, then don't take it on because you're going to turn around and be like, how did they not know how busy I was? Blah, blah, blah. That's
right.
not fair. It's not the asker's fault. It's ours.
That was so good. Okay, rewind that again. That was so Oh my gosh, I love it. And so, talk a little bit more about the now what. So, you have your amazing event, and now I know you have all these women on the edge of their seat, like, okay, well, now I have to wait till next year, but you don't because what comes next?
Yeah, so what comes next? So after our big event, I put out into the world a mentorship program, and it's called More Than Mom. And if you liked any piece from any of this conversation, we build on this so much on top of if you also are an entrepreneur and you're trying to juggle it all. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. Like More Than Mom is plenty enough, but we did add business strategy and content because I wanted to keep giving back to our communities with the things that I've learned over the years. We have 12 weeks of calls. We do a little retreat, and then it's ongoing mentorship for life. You get to keep coming back every single year. We do the calls, and then we have stuff throughout the year, surprises, all sorts of mentorship to keep the sisterhood and community alive, as well as this might be our last time offering the lifetime access. So
Wow.
we're kind of formulating our founding members of just exceptional women, all from, like I said, stay-at-home moms. We have grandmas, we have entrepreneurs, we have business owners, we have corporate people, but these are women that want to be in community with other women that lift each other up, that are unapologetically not afraid to be raw and real and say some days just kind of suck. Some days
Yeah.
I am a bad mom, and we lift each other up from that. And it's really just an ongoing sisterhood of us knowing that no matter what, we have each other's back, and it's really meant to be this growing community. So we are opening the doors now until October, I think 20th is the last day we will accept anyone
Yeah.
new for right now, and we only open the doors once a year.
Wow.
So it's kind of a big deal. This is a big deal this year because we might not offer it the same way going forward. So it's really just like a one-time investment for life of the program, how long we offer it. But at this point, we are not going anywhere because we just keep adding so much value to it.
Oh, I love this. Okay, everybody that's listening, please, you need to go and check this out. I actually checked it out before the call. It sounds amazing. And I could not agree with you more that whether you're in motherhood or you're trying to be an entrepreneur, which I think a lot of moms are, or you're like, well, I have this idea, maybe I could bring it to fruition, but I need help. It is so powerful to get in community. It literally will be the thing that escalates your growth in every area, personally, spiritually, emotionally, professionally. It has always blessed me so much more than I expected going into something like that. And a lifetime membership, I mean, not a lot of people offer that, you guys. That's incredible. Okay. I
I
can't
don't
see
know
if
of
the
anyone that
program
does
ends and I'm
that.
like, wait, I don't get to get the materials. I
Yeah.
love that you're doing that. So I would suggest you take a hard look at this and consider it because it would be, I just know, so valuable to so many women. How can the ladies find information?
Yeah. So empoweredmoms.co is our website. So that's where you're going to find information about the program and other services that we have at Empowered Moms, and really even just jumping in our newsletter. You want to jump in our newsletter to stay in the know for future events. That's kind of the best way. We also do monthly community calls that are totally free. It's speed networking. But
Ooh, I
it's
love
like, hi,
that.
I'm Teresa. I am the founder of the Bad Mom Show, and this is what I do. And we put our links in. It's every like people love it. It's fast. It's 30 minutes. It's fast, but it's meant to just make a little connection and then see if you want to grow that connection. And then Instagram, it's at Dr. Emily Jacobs.
Okay. I'm putting all of those links in the show notes. You have until the 20th, ladies. Don't hesitate. If this is stirring in your spirit, you better go check that out. And I promise you, this investment is so worth it. You will get so much more value from it than you're even thinking you need right now. It truly is just a gift. And you are such a gift. I love what you've created and what you're sharing. and your wisdom, and you're just amazing. I'm so thankful for your friendship, and I just love everything you're creating. You're inspiring me right now.
Thanks, Teresa. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, and I think we need to come back.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing it again.
You can be a regular.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. And um, check out every Wednesday. New episodes of The Bad Mom Show are dropping. And stay tuned for more from Dr. Emily because she's coming back.